Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. I am your grateful host, and in studio with me, Q Money Magic Man. What's up, Q?
Another beautiful day following a beautiful weekend.
Man, you are not kidding. We are broadcasting live right here at the KPEL Studios in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see you over there at rumble.com. That's real Shad. You win. You're the first one on the Rumble chat. I want to see everybody on the Rumble chat. Let's see you on the Rumble chat. All right. Shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience as well. Let's jump right in there, Q Money. Let's start with the story driving. Quite some stuff here. Energy markets, global security. I would say, and frankly, the entire geopolitical chessboard right now. And of course, we're talking about the Strait of Hormuz over there in Iran. That's very important. Ship channels, oil and gas, whole bunch of other stuff too. But the Strait of Hormuz, which we talked about Friday a little bit, the Strait of Hormuz is effectively shut down. That's the bottom line. And President Trump just told the world something very simple, something that I don't think the world, even with everything going on, didn't expect. And he basically says this: hey, if you rely on that oil that's coming out of the Strait of Hormuz, great, help protect it. Makes sense. Kind of like with the NATO thing. Hey, you want to be in NATO? Great. Can you help, pay for your portion? Trump's not even asking for anything other than that. And why would he? I don't even know why that's a big deal. But yeah, Trump, pretty straightforward. If you want to benefit from the Strait of Hormuz and all this stuff, and you want, we can't be the only ones doing it. And I'll throw this statistic out there again. It's worth noting. 20% of the entire global oil supply flows through that tiny little strip of water between Iran and the Arabian Peninsula. 20%. So, when missiles start flying, ships stop moving through the passage, the world economy feels it immediately. I mean, we see what's happening. Gas prices across the globe jumping. Energy markets shaking. Shipping gets nervous. We were talking about it last week. Yeah, when you have that going on, it's and very hard to insure any of these or the cargo. And the Strait of Hormuz, well, it becomes the most important choke point on planet Earth if you think about it. Now, President Trump says that the United States has been talking with about 7 countries about helping secure that passage. And one of those countries, believe it or not, includes China. And that's where this gets very interesting. China hasn't answered. They were asked directly about Trump's request and basically gave the diplomatic version of a shrug. They said they want the war to end and talked about the economic impact. Well, China relies heavily on them. I mean, because if you think about it, that's what's opening these conversations anyway. Because when it comes to actually helping reopen the strait, for these guys to give silence, I mean, we should pause right there. Because China has a lot at stake here. So according to the U.S. Energy Information Administration, about 70% of the oil moving through Hormuz ends up in Asia. 70%. You're talking China, India, Japan, South Korea. China alone relies heavily on that energy flow to keep its factories running and its economy moving. So the Strait of Hormuz, nothing to shy away from. Not when this. And Q, don't you think the domino effect here, that's pretty wild.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, shutting down that energy corridor, the impacts across the world are almost instantaneous.
Yes, immediate impact. Trump, he's not going way out on the edge here. I think he's basically saying something that a lot of Americans are thinking right now. If you depend on this oil, why is the U.S. Navy doing all of the work? Why? For quite some time, at least decades, the United States has basically been the security guard for the world's shipping lanes. If you really think about it, American ships, American sailors, American taxpayers, we protect the global energy system. And countries that benefit from it often sit back and watch. And we watch them watching as we're paying, mostly with treasure, but often with more than that. Trump's approach flips that equation. He's saying, if this waterway matters to you, show up. Help patrol it. You like it? Help secure it. Hey, here, help it keep going on. Help it keep continuing. And you can see the tension immediately. That's what we don't, it's puzzling, Q. You know, I mean, like Germany's defense minister, already fired back with a pretty blunt comment. Did you see this? He said, what exactly does Trump expect a handful of European frigates to do that the U.S. Navy can't? Let me translate. This isn't our fight. That's what they're saying. So we'll talk about Europe's comments and Europe's mentality and, well, this is not our fight. I don't know. Some of your European leaders were singing a different tune here just a few days ago, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We'll talk about that and so much more. Join us on rumble.com. I'm coming right there. Thanks, Q. You did it. It's a trooper right there. Hey, guys, what's going on? Quentin's going to get a nice little guest from the Acadiana Republican Women. So we have the Florida Lee Republican Women the other day. We have them on, I think, once a month. I don't mind getting ARW on once a month as well. So we're talking about all this stuff, the Strait of Hormuz, and the major impact that it's happened, not just on the rest of the world, but on Iran as well. What's going on, my friend? Come give me a hug. I'm live on Rumble. Oh, good. So good to see you. Thanks for coming in. We're about to cause some trouble. Good trouble. So we're live on rumble.com. You can see behind the scenes here. Yeah. So we'll talk about this and so much more, guys. We got about 3 minutes left. Hey, that's real Shad. Yeah, you win. Hope the podcast is going well. We're big fans as well. Thank y'all for tuning in. All right, so we're going to take a little break from, unless you got something to say to the folks. He's shaking his head. He's like, don't come to me. Don't come to me. All right, guys. See y'all in about 2 minutes, 45 seconds. We'll go back live on our regular programming. There we go. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We are also broadcasting live on Rumble.com. Let me see you over there at Rumble.com. You can be like my friend, That's Real Sha, and join that Rumble chat. Shout out to the KLFY Plus viewing audience. I got my dear friend Jamie over here from the Acadiana Republican Women. We were blessed to have the Florida Lee Republican Women the other day. We have the Acadiana Republican Women. We are so blessed here in this parish and this region to have such good women's groups, from the Southwest Republican Women to all those folks in North, Heidi and all those gals and the ladies in the North. And I don't want to miss out. I don't want to miss any of them, actually.
All Louisiana.
They're all great. All right, so Jamie, talk to us a little bit. I'm going to come back to the Strait of Hormuz and all that, and I totally did the opposite of what we just talked about. I know, I straight up did that. But before, just talk about the Acadiana Republican Women. I'll go back to this, and we'll just talk.
Well, I'm a new member, but I'm a new member, but also the current president.
Yes.
For this year. One of the oldest Republican groups in Lafayette area since 1968.
Ooh.
But trying to get membership growing, get associates as well, which is our men, or members who are of another group but live in the area. So our upcoming meeting is coming up on March 18th at 6 p.m.
That's Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesday.
This Wednesday, you go to the River Oaks Convention Center. You just drive around the back. They usually have a sign say Republican Women, but just go where the cars are. And if you walk into the wrong place, it's okay. You just recruit some people to go to the Acadiana Republican Women right around the corner.
Yes, and the big topic is the Senate election.
Ooh.
Yes, so we do have coming in person.
Ooh.
Dr. Flemings will be there.
Hey.
So you can ask him questions, give him the third degree, all the things.
All the things. He can handle it. Who else?
We will have representatives for Julia Letlow and Bill Cassidy.
All right.
So ask them
this
the
is
questions.
this is a thing.
This is a thing, yeah.
Yeah,
We want them questions answered.
Listen, guys, I have been to so many Acadiana Republican Women meetings. I love them. Been to so many Florida Leagues. Been to so many of all the Republican women. When they put on an event like this, it really is worth going to. I remember, I've seen several of these, and specifically at the Acadiana Republican Women. Very organized. The questions are common questions that people probably would want to know. Very excited. I know Secretary Fleming's probably very happy that he's the only candidate there. And I don't know if that's fair to the other two, because you got a statewide election, so you can't always be everywhere. But he's probably familiar with a lot of the folks there too.
Yes, but big thing is people being informed. I've seen social media and everybody's like, I'm for this one, I'm for that one, and here, come get the answers so you can be informed, vote wisely,
and you can know why you're doing it.
Yes, exactly.
Now, but Jamie, you're humble. Now, out in Youngsville, didn't you serve as the city council lady?
Yes, I was appointed for 1 year when Ken Stansbury went to parish.
That's right. So thank you for your service. Where life is sweeter out there in Youngsville.
It is.
A lot of great things. And y'all had some big stuff going on, too. A lot of road projects during your time.
A lot of road projects.
I think you were there when the Youngsville-Broussard Highway was starting to finalize and things.
Yes.
That was a big deal. But, man, Acadiana Republican Women, just great organization for our party. I'm a Republican. For our party, but also for our community.
Yes.
You guys go out there. Oh, and you guys go out there, but let me tell you, I was once a candidate in my previous life, which will never, ever happen again, ever.
I want to say never say never.
Oh, no. Well, we will pray and love and do everything we can for good candidates to run.
Yes.
Now, I will say, though, the most dedicated, and I'm going to tell this ain't you got to earn it, too. But when you have a lady from the Acadiana Republican Women or any of these Republican women groups actually like supporting you, because they don't endorse, but they're encouraged to volunteer on candidates' campaigns, and our hours in the ARW in Florida Lee are pretty strong.
Yes.
I just know yours truly. I'm still grateful for all the support, and still, like, I'm talking about like the door knock and all the things. And here's why. Because it ain't like I just rolled up in. You have to earn that. Because those nice ladies are loyal, and that loyalty is earned. It is not, and I love it. But I'll tell you this, put that aside, do yourself a treat. This Wednesday?
This Wednesday, yes.
River Oaks. It's right off of Collie Saloon, near Collie Saloon and Pinhook, actually closer to the Thruway. You go back there. It's easy. How much? It's like, what, $30?
$30 if you RSVP. Everything's on our Facebook for you to be able to send an email or text message.
One of the coolest logos with the heels.
Yes.
I'm digging
Heels
it.
on the ground.
Yeah, heels on the ground. Yeah. Let's can you stick around?
Of course, yes.
So look, we're going to go back to our regular discussion here. So the Strait of Hormuz, so not to, but you listen and you stay informed. This is a big deal. Trump's saying this. Look, guys, we all use this. And you use the Strait of Hormuz a lot, like Europe and things like that. All he's saying is you got to show up and help us. We're not going to be the only Navy out here making sure your supply chains are good. We will, but you're going to have to at least pitch in. Hey, can you at least send your equivalent of the Boy Scouts to maybe I don't know what they would do. Land navigation. Here's the mines are over there. there you go. I'm telling you, those Boy Scouts and land nav, them Eagle Scouts, if you've been to basic training, the Eagle Scouts separate themselves. Anyway, Jamie, what you think about all that?
Oh my gosh. So I don't want to date myself, but back in the day, it was always about the Suez Canal and all those issues.
Woo!
Oh yeah. So now times have changed, and now we're at Suez Canal, and we had war then.
That's right.
And you had ships would come through and guide, and on a Navy ship, everyone's awake, and they're manning the guns. I don't want to call it the wrong term, but they're manning those big guns on the ships, and it's a hard job, and they get shot at. Even with little handguns, people are going to shoot at these big warships.
It's kind of crazy that they do, but
Yeah.
they do. And there's real stuff out there.
Yes.
The Coast Guard, we're talking about Navy right now, but the Coast Guard will tell you all about that crazy stuff, but the
Yes.
Navy too. And, but this idea that it costs to do all this
It
stuff.
does.
Yes.
We
can't continue. Trump's just saying probably what most of us, we've been saying this about NATO, the UN, and everything else. We're not against it. But you got to pay your fair share.
Yes.
You got to pitch in.
Yes.
In your neighborhood, if the I don't know, the Lafayette PD is there protecting the I don't know, whatever other town's PD, you might want to be like, hey, why don't you send your PD to go protect your people, but don't mind pitching in, but you gotta do your thing, So I'm gonna tell you, because Europe still. The bottom line is Europe still expects the U.S. to carry the burden. And all we're saying is the opposite. And, the European folks, a lot of time, whether the Ukraine war or whether these tariffs economically or whatnot, I feel like they have amnesia.
They do.
Maybe they forget that since really World War I, but if you really want, World War II, but World War I, dude, those trenches weren't in our backyard, okay?
No.
Like for those guys to say, because over and over, when it comes to putting up their fair share, it's like we get the same answer every time. It's not our problem. It's exactly your problem. Matter of fact, it's the same problem we face if you watch history, even European history, like with Chamberlain and Hitler, and now you're looking at the UK wanting to bow down to all these other enemies. Basically, you might, if it were up to them, Iran would probably have had multiple nuclear programs by now if it was left up to Europe. And you're closer. That's what I don't understand. Hey, anything else from the ARW that or any other thoughts? I love having Jamie on.
No, if you don't mind having me sit around for a while, I'll sit around and listen. Cause
I love it.
Exciting.
I love it. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to talk about, we might change the topic. I don't know. Let's see here. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble.com. My dear friend Jamie's here from the Acadiana Republican Women. I make my life real easy. I only keep Jamie's in it. And no, Jamie Creed, my dear friend. How you doing?
Doing good.
You didn't
Doing
leave.
good.
That's good. You stuck around.
Yeah.
I love it.
I made myself the co-host for the rest of the show.
I like that. Me and my co-host. I'm digging it. Yeah. You know who leads in co-hosting?
Who?
Congressman Clay Higgins.
Yes.
He's about to be the 4th time. Once he gets to the 5, he's in the 5-timer club.
Okay.
Gets a jacket.
So it means I need to come back more
4 more
often.
times you get a jacket.
Yes.
All right, let's switch gears here. Man, this is definitely something that's different and something I don't think's been in the news a lot, but I like it because it's a little bit of strategery. You like that?
Very, very early 2000s with George Bush.
Strategery. All right, so let's see here. Not flashy, I get it. But it is a very big national security development happening right here in our backyard, just to the west, okay? Rare earth minerals. Now, we've heard this. We've heard this before with Ukraine. That was big. I didn't see that coming, but that was awesome negotiations. I'll give them that. But rare earth minerals. And it kind of sounds like, being that this is the second story really that's had national attention in the last probably year and a half, you know, when you look at rare earth materials, what the heck? Kind of sounds like you're in geology class. But stay with me, okay? Because this is actually about power, technology, like energy, you know, but also regular power, American strength. Because right now, China dominates the global rare earth supply chain. I didn't know that. So that's very important because when you look at what these rare earth minerals are doing or what they're used for, many things, military weapon systems being one, missile guidance, semiconductors, that's a thing. It's a big thing, and it's a big thing right now. Electric motors, advanced manufacturing, basically the technology that powers modern defense and modern industry. And for a long time, the United States has been dangerously dependent on China for those materials. Like, think about that. Like, the same country we're competing with strategically controls huge portions of the minerals needed to build the technology we rely on. So I would say that's not a great position to be in. So once again, we see, you know, the United States coming in, different administration. Well, I guess we were already there. But this administration just says, advantage, take it. Advantage, take it. See, win, grab it. Win, 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 win. I don't have a problem with it.
No.
I mean, hello. Because here's the deal. Something very interesting is happening in West Texas that might change this. There's a site called Round Top that may be one of the richest deposits of heavy rare earth minerals anywhere in North America. And Texas officials, from all accounts that I'm seeing, they're moving aggressively to develop it. Like, don't pass go, collect 200, like, get on getting. But this is the kind of stuff, I don't know if we even have this under a Biden administration. I mean that. I just think there would be so much red tape, EPA stuff, that I don't even think Texas is even doing anything, if that's the case. What do you think? If Joe Biden's the president, are we doing this?
No.
What do you think, Q?
Absolutely not.
Y'all ain't fair. Y'all are mean.
That was the nicest way I could say it.
That poor man, he probably don't even know. Anyway, come a little closer. So Texas Land Commissioner Don Buckingham says the deposit contains 15 of the 17 rare earth elements that modern technology requires. Did y'all know there were 17?
No, I didn't.
Me neither. I'm thinking rare earth minerals, there's like a lot.
Yeah.
You know, it's like all these. I don't know. I'm not a geologist. I took one I think took two. Whatever the minimum was in college, that's what I took. No offense. I love all you guys.
I didn't take anything with geology.
You didn't
or
take
rocks.
No. What was your major? You went to
Yeah.
What's your major?
Well, health. But I did my first one was health administration.
Ooh.
And now I'm doing nonprofit. But before, in between all that, psychology.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Nothing with rocks.
Whew. No, there's no rock formation. There's no sedimentary anything.
Nothing.
We're not talking about that.
No.
My geology teacher, it was the 1 year anniversary of 9/11 when I was taking geology. That's all I remember of it. It wasn't 9/11. That was a year before. That's all I remember of it. The guy walks in, he's like, well, it's been a year. And then he went into his discussion. I was like, I'll never forget it. So, yeah, anyway, in West Texas, we discovered 15 of the 7 rare earth minerals or elements that we rely on. So there's more than 17, but there's 17 of them that are for modern technology usage. So that's great. 15 out of 17, I'll take that.
Yeah.
You're getting in the Hall of Fame with that batting average.
Because the other 2, we can maybe
Yeah.
put it out and still get the job done.
We can, what's those printers that you can do? We'll print them.
3D printer.
3D printer. There you go. That's good teamwork. That was good. Y'all, see, there you go. Good job. So the most valuable ones apparently are these heavy rare earths, and that's the ones used in the advanced defense system. So that's kind of important. I don't want to have China be the ones that we're relying on. That whole Ukrainian situation makes a lot more sense now. Yeah. And this project, you know, I think that's why it's getting sudden attention. We have quite a few military conflicts going on right now, both that involve us directly, and we won't say nothing if you don't say nothing. I mean, think about this, though. If the United States, if we can produce and process these minerals here domestically, that is a game changer.
Yes.
Like, think about that. Think about COVID if we go back. Speaking of China, I'm just saying, it just jogs my memory when I hear China. I don't know, I just go to COVID. I don't know why. Anywho, so when we look back at COVID, if we didn't learn anything, as far as economically, we should have all remember this. We can't continue to rely on 8,000 to 9,000 mile supply chains. So if our economy can't rely on 8,000 to 9,000 mile supply chains because of obvious reasons, well, this stuff seems to be way equally, if not more important.
Yes.
Because you can have the best economy in the world if you don't have people. It doesn't matter. And you won't have a big economy for long. Yes. GDP would come to zero.
Mm-hmm.
But our national debt would Congress would still somehow find a way to increase our national debt. We could have a population of 0, and we know that Democrats will be elected. Voter turnout will be 115%. And our national debt will still go up. I say that with love. You know, but look, no more relying on China for this stuff. Supply chain choke points. You know what I mean? Like all this stuff. The supply chain choke point here actually in the world is the Strait of Hormuz that we just talked about. And that one's actually helping us and hurting China. So I think Trump understands, man, it's all
He's
coming
a
together.
businessman, he knows.
And like the pressure, when you think about China and you think geographically and strategically, everything from Venezuela, I gotta be honest, even Greenland, I thought that was silly at the time, but boy, it's kind of making sense with everything, to Cuba, and look what's going on there. Wish we had time. I know we're coming to a break. Q's giving me some eyes. But all of it, even like everything, I know we're going to a break, but I wish I could finish my thought on that. Hey, look, we'll be right back. Those phone lines are going to be open. Call me with all the easy questions. All the hard ones go to Jamie, okay? She's my co-host today. She gets the hard ones. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also, go check us out at rumble.com. I want to see you right now. Go to rumble.com. We certainly appreciate you. Hey, let me tell you about my friends over there at SeaSafe, SEA, just like the ocean, man. If you are building anything big, or even a little residential now, I got to take that back. Just call SeaSafe. Their FRP products are engineered and designed to take on the heavy stuff. I mean, offshore drilling platforms, wastewater treatment plants, everything in between, like I mentioned, even doing some residential. So just check them out, seasafe.com, SEA, just like the ocean. Love it, American-made, right here in Acadiana by American workers. Yes, SeaSafe, we love it. SEA, yes, even Jamie's giving you a clap. SEA, SeaSafe, SEA, just like the ocean. I was focusing over there. Go tell my friend Clay and all those guys I said hello. There we go. Spit it out. All right. Let's go to the phone lines, 232-1542. Let's go to my friend John with a wonderful last name. What's up, John?
What's up, my brother? How we doing today?
I'm good, Kuzam. What's happening?
Well, got a little problem here. We don't get but maybe 1% of the oil from the Middle East. So why is our gas prices up? We're not relying on them. We don't care what's going on in the Middle East, but our gas prices go up $1. Don't make sense.
I don't know that answer. I guess it would have to go with WTI and all that stuff. So I don't know. That's a great question. Hey, anybody that knows that exact answer, call in. John, love it. Love it, love it, love it. Appreciate you. Do you know why?
I do not know.
I don't either. But what a great point. What a great point. And no one's talking about OPEC in this whole situation. Maybe that conversation will be had after the fact. Maybe we'll bring the conversation. I don't know. But I'll tell you who can bring a conversation. That's my friend, Mr. Bobby. What's up, Mr. Bobby? We have a lady here. You better behave. Oh, he hung up. Mr. Bobby, did you hang up on Quentin?
I ran him off, I guess.
You scared him.
Oh, he's back.
All right, there we go. Hey, Mr. Bobby.
Hey.
What's up?
I thought maybe Q-Tip dumped me.
No, I gave you such a great introduction, and then when I went to you, it was silent, radio silent.
Wasn't on my end, though, but can't help it if Marines cuss.
Oh, go ahead. What you got, Mr. Bobby?
Yeah, I went to Catholic school, and after I came out to Marines, my mama said, "You never cussed before." Well, my mama said, "Don't cuss in front of women unless you're married to them." And here we go. Keep talking about China. If you look at the history, the United States actually assisted China in the economic rise based on a faulty assumption that more prosperous China would be friendlier. China backfired on him. Same thing Obama did when he sent that $160 billion, $200 million to Iran. Maybe they'll be a little bit more friendly.
Yeah.
But you know what? The only way you're going to stop all this mess is through diplomacy, correct?
Wait, say that again?
The only way you're going to stop any more conflicts is through the diplomacy. That's what I like about Rubio. This guy's smart.
Very much. But I think what really backs it up, Mr. Bobby, is when they give an ultimatum, I think the other side knows that when Rubio says it or Trump says it, that it's going to happen. And the threats are real, and they're always constantly changing.
Yeah, well, it's diplomacy or missiles. Take your choice. He tried to deal with those psychopaths.
That's totally right. And and that's such a good point, because every approach we've done, we've offered peace first.
That's right.
So that's a great point. Great point, Mr. Bobby.
Yeah, but you see, with Rubio, he's bringing that diplomacy back to the State Department, because you look at the State Department, last 5 or 6 administrations, it's crap out.
Yeah, some of their actions kind of wonder, are they on our side? I mean, when you sit there and you send our whole economy, you turn us into a service, which I guess is domestic, through whatever the respective administration, changing us from a building economy, manufacturing, post-industrial revolution, which made this country great. One of the many reasons it's great. Why did we just sit by and just let us turn into a service-related industry, economy, and totally just leave our just bye-bye manufacturing in our State Department? That's good, but I guess you're carrying out the will of the boss.
Need more made in America.
Coming.
Yes.
So your husband, Jamie's husband, was in the Navy. Yep. So thank you for his service, or thank him for his service, and you for yours as well, because it is very much a team job. Yes. So, when you go around the world, our Navy shows a lot of strength.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? But you have to have an economic prowess about you too, and they go back and forth. Ever since Teddy Roosevelt, we've been displaying our military our Navy to the world, and I think it backs our economy too.
It does, because like the Navy, I think this year they went to Houston, but they do the Fleet Week.
Yeah, that's right.
Virginia, New York, San Diego. That brings economy, because people want to see these ships and they want to see the people. So that drives some tourism to these places that are holding Fleet Week.
That's true.
Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Look, we're going to take a tiny little break. When we get back, we're going to keep those phone lines open, and I can't wait. Oh, good. I get to stretch it out. Oh, no, this is segment 4? I thought I was in segment 3, doggone it. Oh, my goodness, Q, I am so sorry. Thanks for those hand and arm signals. Yes, but I will say this, though. All this about relying on our enemies to help us out, I'm sorry. We've got to change that. And that's what this president is doing. That's what he's doing with China right now. That's what he's doing with these rare earth minerals. 15 out of 17 for modern technology we find in West Texas. That's huge. That will help us to not be as dependent on an adversary that we really don't want to be dependent on. Anywho, wish I had more time. We'll be right back. Hour number 2 right around the corner. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Let me see over there at rumble.com. Like Rumble in the Jungle. I can't wait for hour number 2. I got my dear friend, my co-host, Jamie Creed. What's up, Jamie?
Hello, how are you?
I am good. Jamie is the president of the Acadiana Republican Women. They have a meeting coming up Wednesday. You guys go check it out. River Oaks, right there on College Saloon, closer to the Evangeline Thruway, I would imagine, but you can, in between Pinhook and the Thruway, off of College Saloon, River Oaks. And this Wednesday is a very, very interesting meeting because we're going to be talking about the Senate candidates for the United States Senate. John Fleming will be there personally. Julia Letlow will be sending a representative, and Senator Cassidy will be sending a representative. So I've been to those. That's kind of as close to old school on the stump as you can get. You know, they, as if I recall correctly, give every candidate a little opportunity opening, and then you just take questions from the audience.
Yes.
I mean, it's, you know, no games, pretty raw, pretty honest.
Yes.
If you haven't been to a Republican women meeting, they're honest.
Very.
With grace and love. We're friends.
Yes.
We're friends.
We're friends, yes.
I ain't crossing nobody over there.
No.
All right, guys, let's see here. I want to talk about a little silly. Y'all
Sure.
want a little silly? I mean, we got to have a little silly. All right, so, oh, gosh, I'm going to get through it. So, Schumer's having a little tiff, a little tizzy over there. The Senate Democratic leader says the Save America Act is one of the most despicable pieces of legislation he's seen in his entire career. Just saying what he said. Despicable. The SAVE Act. You want to know what this terrifying, democracy-destroying bill actually does? It requires proof of citizenship to vote in federal elections. So Schumer's not really fussing about being a U.S. citizen to vote, although give him time. Just showing your ID to prove you're a citizen. Oh, no.
I mean, I've been doing that since I started voting at 18.
Yeah, you know, and I'm telling you, our sweet little commissioners, they put up with me. You know, I ask them pretty much every election if I can vote again, and they never let me. And then I say, well, what if I come in with no ID? And they said, you're definitely not voting. And I just, like, racist, basically, you know. So the SAVE Act just requires you to show an ID to prove you are a citizen before you go and vote for an election citizens should vote in.
Yes.
That's it. So that's the apocalypse that Schumer is warning us all about. Now think about this just for a second. If you want to vote in the United States, you have to be a citizen. That is already the law. So again, I want to highlight, it's not what he's fussing about. So the law says you have to be a U.S. citizen. The SAVE Act simply says when you register, you got to show that and document that you are a citizen. And Schumer's calling that a dagger to the heart of democracy? Come on. I think this is where Washington loses normal Americans, wouldn't you say?
They do.
Like when you go to, you know, well, ladies like you'll get ID'd. So you got to show your ID to buy a drink.
Yes.
See, me, I don't drink anymore, but they'd be like, you go down the line. But no, yeah, you got to have an ID, you know. If you go buy an airplane ticket, I bet you, now, Jamie, you tell me, you think you're going to have to show an ID?
Yes, and now you have to have that star on it, real ID.
No joke. My Jamie, my wife, had to wait a long time the other day because she had to fly, so she had to go get her real ID. So
If you buy cigarettes, you need an ID.
That is so true.
If you go to the casino, you need an ID.
If you're in the casino,
yes.
If you go to the casino, you got to have an ID.
So,
y'all know what I'm talking about. There's a difference between someone that goes to the casino and the casino. And you know, I'm telling you the truth. Now, anyway, hey, look, shout out to Big Tib, by the way, on the Rumble chat. That's real Shad. There we go. I like it. I appreciate you guys. Go to rumble.com. So, yeah, these guys get it. Jamie gets it. Rumble folks get it. KLFY Plus folks get it. KPEL folks get it. Regular American folks get it. I mean, you need an ID for all these things. But voting for the leaders of our government, no biggie.
Yeah.
I mean, why stop there? I mean, they don't want you to even show an ID to go and vote, much less an ID to register to vote. Think about what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
All we're saying is you have to prove you're a citizen before you actually register. It's not the honor code. I mean, if that's I was about to say, if that's the case, why have any immigration laws? But they wouldn't have immigration laws.
No.
They won't even fund DHS.
Well, you could thank 7 Republicans for that too, and you could thank. I'm not one to call for leadership change for the sake of it, but at this point, if you're the leader, at some point you got to have people behind you,
Yes.
not in front of you. And last time I checked, we got the majority. And last time I checked, you can change rules by a majority. And last time I checked, you don't even need to. You just got budget reconciliation. If you don't believe me, ask Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, if you'd have told me, okay, Jamie's husband, brave sailor, served in the Navy, way smarter than me, and MEPS, they were like, grunt, go down there. Don't even look at the Navy. You just keep on walking. Air Force was like laughing. Yeah, get down there. We saw your high school transcript. Anyway, if you would have thought after 9/11, okay, so we create the Department of Homeland Security.
Yes.
All right? If you would have told me that there were Congress folks that were going to defund the Department of Homeland Security, we would have laughed. We would have laughed at each other.
Oh, yeah.
That is never going to happen. And if we would have told you, or if they would have told us that there would be 7 Republicans responsible for this, we would that would have been Rhino before Rhino was a thing.
Exactly.
Like seriously, that would have been unheard of. You wouldn't even it wouldn't even have come up.
No, it wouldn't have.
That's like the Department of Homeland Security. Now, and they're sinking that ship just because of ICE, just because they don't like Border Patrol. So there you go. I mean, my theory. I would have taken the wins. I would have called Schumer's bluff. All right, you want to fund everything but that? We'll take that. And then every day, if I was the Senate president, I will never be, but if I was, every day, 4 times a day, we'd be voting on it. And I would make your little behind explain why you don't want to fund border protection and ICE, but I'm not going to punish the TSA. I'm not going to punish the federal workers and their families and their kids because I want to be political.
Exactly.
You know, Reagan would have taken the wins and gone and put the policy forward. Now, Trump's one person and it's a different culture. But this is where the legislative branch has to take the lead. Mike Johnson's doing a great job. I'm telling you, he is. He has a one-person majority. The fact that he's getting any of Trump's agenda through, guys, that takes some pretty good leadership. He's leading.
He is.
Like, I would love the upper chamber to also their votes to replicate the values of their constituents. Is that fair?
It is.
Yeah, that's good. All right. Okay. Well, we'll take a tiny little break. When we get back, we'll talk about this and so much more. Can't wait, Q. Don't go anywhere. What's going on, our Rumble crew? All of our streaming services. We certainly appreciate you. A little behind the scenes, commercial break. We got about 3 minutes left. That's if you see this lovely lady. She is to my, there you go, Jamie Creed. She is president of the Acadiana Republican Women. You've been sworn in, right? I'm saying that? Okay, good.
Yes.
You know, I didn't want to say president and it's president-elect.
Yes, president.
Okay. And she's doing a great job. And she is a community leader. When did you move to Youngsville?
In 2019.
So in 2019, she moves to Youngsville. And then like a few years later, 4 or 5 years later, you know, there's Ken Stansberry, my dear friend, gets elected to the parish council. So there's an opening. And Jamie's appointed as the council member. And I thought that was so cool. That's when I met you.
That's when we met.
Yep.
Yes.
And then you started getting involved in the Acadiana Republican Women.
Yes.
So we started hanging out. I see you there,
Yes.
you know. I can't make it Wednesday, but I do plan on making the next one. I want to make this one on Wednesday. Hey, look, if you're watching out there, Acadiana Republican Women, the 18th. So this Wednesday, 2 days from now, it's if you're gonna go to this one. It's $30 and you get it. That buffet is pretty good too.
It is very good.
Just the buffet is worth it.
Yes.
But the speakers, you're gonna. I'm just telling you. I'm just saying. I've been there, okay, and I've been on the receiving end of those questions.
You have?
They don't hold no punches, okay?
No.
Trust
They will
me.
ask honest, hard questions.
Yep, respectfully.
Yes.
That is one thing, though. You can and the group, the team does genuinely receive the information. That's the thing. People are afraid to go to these kind of styles of meetings. You know what I mean? And I think it's the best. It's the only opportunity, in my opinion. It's one of the few opportunities you have to be raw with humans.
Yes.
You know, other than door knocking, but you can only knock on so many doors. And that was my favorite, believe it. I know it's kind of, I am the most introverted dude you'll meet. And knocking on doors was my favorite thing. Maybe because you know what it was?
One-on-one.
It's one-on-one. So I was like, okay, you know, I could focus on just this one individual. And I would always say that to me, I know that one person, I don't know how many people share the views of that one person, but there's enough of them. So if you knock on enough doors, you start to really, really, really feel like the beat. You know what I mean? And anyway, I know I'm getting my hand and arm signal. All right, we're gonna go live here in a little bit, about 30 seconds. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL Studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live from the Rumble Studios. Go to rumble.com, the mothership. Look up the Josh Guillory Show. Hey, guys, say big this month at Giles Nissan in Opelousas and Lafayette at the Nissan Now sales event. Purchase a new 2026 Nissan Rogue and take $5,500 off MSRP. And don't forget about Giles' lifetime powertrain warranty. 2026 Nissan Rogue Platinum, example VIN, TW479615, stock number 903551, MSRP $45,590,000 with a dealer discount $2,000. Customer cash rebate, $3,500. Giles, there you go, Giles Nissan in Opelousas, plus TT&L offer ends end of this month. We got time, March 31st. Lifetime powertrain warranty. This service contract is not provided or backed by the manufacturer of this vehicle. The manufacturer of this vehicle is not responsible for claims or repairs under this service contract. Free warranty on pre-owned vehicles is limited to 100,000 miles from date of manufacturing. Offer excludes cars sold as is and cars under $10,000. Selling price. See dealer for written details. Go visit my friends at Giles Nissan in Opelousas and Lafayette. All right. My friend Jamie Creed over here, the president of the Acadiana Republican Women here in Lafayette, Louisiana. She's interesting, by the way. I find out new things about her every time this nice, humble lady is by me. She's also the executive director of the Youngsville Chamber of Commerce. Now, I will tell you this, a lot of chambers of commerce across the country, you know, and I would say maybe rightfully so, kind of have morphed into something that's not really what its intended purpose was in growing business and serving small business owners, small business employers, things like that. And I do think the Youngsville Chamber of Commerce, both your predecessor and what you've been doing for the last year, has really helped businesses grow.
I think so, yeah. Because I try to make sure they all get a spot. Little guy, big guy, doesn't matter your budget. As long as you pay your membership, I'm going to make sure you get heard.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Man, guys, let's go back to this topic right here. The proving that you're a U.S. citizen before you register to vote as a U.S. citizen. Kind of common sense. Not to Chuck Schumer. It is absolutely despicable to make you prove you're an American citizen before you register a vote to vote in American elections. Despicable. Unbelievable.
Because then other people can't vote if they have to show their IDs.
Yeah. Jamie, I say it all the time. Y'all better be nice to these national Democrats, okay? It is hard to get 110% voter turnout. Mm-hmm. It's hard. You got to really work hard at that.
Mm-hmm. That's why they don't want the ID. Makes it easier.
Well, Democrats on Capitol Hill and Schumer. Well, Schumer says the bill would disenfranchise millions. How? Democrats on Capitol Hill say it's voter suppression. Okay. There's one thing to be said about voter suppression. This is not it. But what is the term for allowing people to vote 100 times? What is that? Is that not suppressing other people's votes by watering it down? Yes. I mean, what is the deal with these people on voting? How is it so hard? You claim to be about equal rights. You claim to be about equality and all this stuff, but they're the total opposite. There's so many people in your party that marched and took on so much pain for a great cause of equality that you're just slapping in their face. Do you know how many people suffered for one person, one vote? It took a Supreme Court ruling to get us there. And then it took administrations to enforce it. But a lot of people, and so you're just okay with, this person can vote 100 times. That's what could happen, Chuck.
Yes. Women had to fight to vote. African Americans had to fight to vote. And we all share IDs.
Exactly. Yes. And, look, in these elections now, you can start identifying as different people. You know, I haven't used that on the commissioners. I haven't used that on my precinct. Woo! Watch out now. I got some new tactics. I identify as Jamie Guillory. Can I vote for her?
Oh, and you could have her ID. Will they let you vote?
See,
now
okay.
I'm curious now.
See, because if I go up there with an ID now, come on.
No, I'm curious. Mm-hmm.
Well, I can identify as a California resident, can I?
No, if you were in California.
Yeah, no, but if I was in California, couldn't I go? Because I was about to say, if I bring Jamie's ID, that's even more than most people are bringing. Yeah. But if I identify as a Californian, for the sake of their wild, kooky stuff, I would never do this. This is a hypothetical. Mm-hmm. In this day and age, I have to disclose that. Yes. Because humor and sarcasm is, you better watch out. Oh, my God. Someone's little ears will hurt.
Oh, yes. And you have to have a California ID if you're going to identify as California.
Well, they're going to give me one. Because I don't even need one because I'll just identify. I will straight up identify as a California woman if you want me to. I'm going in there vote for that Republican candidate.
So, because I'm all about the economy, and go and get an ID at the DMV. You have to pay for it, so that helps, boost the economy.
See?
Yeah.
You see?
See, that's money going back into whatever state you're in.
Now, let's talk about something else, though. This is not see, we're talking about, notice how I say Democrats on Capitol Hill or the DNC leadership, these national talking point figureheads that are so disconnected because 71% of Americans support the SAVE Act. Most Democrats support the SAVE Act. Overwhelming majority, but it's like 60-something, 70-something%. I think high 60. Did you see the Democrats? It's over 50.
68%.
68% of Joe Public Democrat says, yeah, if you're registering to vote, it's reasonable for you to show who you are and prove that you're an American citizen. 68%. I mean, that's, but as a total, as a country, 71%. 68% is a high number these days.
Yeah, over half.
Yeah, well over.
So that's almost a majority.
It's a super majority in most places. So there you go. By the way, Louisiana legislature's in session. We'll try to pick up some more stories on that as it progresses. This is week 2, so we should start to see some movement. There is some good stuff going on in our legislature. There's some good stuff coming out of the governor's office. I'd love to see where that L.A. Gator goes, with that program. The governor, that's the school choice, that's what I call it, school choice voucher program. Governor wants to basically double the investment, and it's a drop in the bucket on the budget. I think it's a great idea. I don't think it's a hard one at all. Louisiana Senate pushed back last year. Okay, we can give them the benefit of the doubt. They've had a year. Now, you're going to have to bring good reason, in my opinion, because the more competition makes everybody better. And I love our school board members. I love our teachers, love our principals, all the things. But the more that we can have where money follows the kid, I think our society betters because our investment as a society goes further. Give those parents choices. I promise you the parents know more about their kids than the government, and
Yes.
they definitely know what's better for them.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's take a little break. When we get back, phone line's going to be open, 232-1542. I can't wait to hear from you. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Go see us over there at rumble.com. I want to see ya. Rumble.com. Shout out to our KLFY Plus viewing audience. Guys, for over 45 years, my friends over there at SeaSafe SEA, just like the ocean, has built the backbone of the toughest structures out there with fiberglass, reinforced plastic, pultrusion, and custom structural fabrication that outperforms steel, wood, and aluminum. Our FRP products over there at SeaSafe, they're engineered to resist corrosion, reduce maintenance, outlast the competition in the harshest environments, from offshore platforms to wastewater treatment plants, everywhere in between. Precision built, performance proven, trusted by engineers, architects, and contractors nationwide. When strength matters, when custom matters, when failure is not an option, SeaSafe SEA, they deliver. SeaSafe, built to outperform, built to last. Visit seasafe.com, SEA, just like the ocean, and see what 45 years of leadership looks like. Now, let's go to the phone lines, 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Say that fast, Jamie. All right, my friend Sean. What's up, Sean?
Man, I was going to take a week off of politics, then Trump came out and said that the Ayatollah is probably gay. And shots fired. I'm back in, baby.
Oh, my Topo Chico.
Oh, man. So anyway, I wanted to ask your friend. I don't think he's gay. I think they just haven't presented the right thing in front of him. 72 virgins might not be his thing. 72 goats, maybe, So anyway. I want to ask Jamie, is she familiar with Rachel Wilson?
I don't know that name, no.
Okay, she is Andrew Wilson's wife, and she is always talking about women's suffrage. She wrote a book. It's in the top 50 of New York Times and everything like that. And I think if you listen to her, you might lose your mind and burn down your house, but... Anyway, she is a anti-woman voter.
Oh gosh! Whoa! What
yeah. So
wait.
Now, with that being said, I've said in the past, Josh, that the 19th Amendment might be a problem with not our Republican women, but our Democrat women. So. Yeah, I'd like you to check that out and get back with Josh and tell me what you think.
Oh, I'd love to know. I'd love to know the critique of that book.
It's in depth. She's a talented individual. Her husband as well.
Thanks, Sean. Appreciate you, brother. Sean always comes with something interesting, some note, but he's back in the business. Did Trump really say that? God, unbelievable. Anybody shocked?
Not at all.
Hey, I don't know. I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Didn't he put the cardboard cutout of Kamini in the Oval Office?
Man, Kamini 1 or 2 or whatever. The junior or original?
I think junior, original. I'm confused by the number of Kaminis.
I know, because I'm like going on 1 and 2, but I hear there's a grand Kamini. So it's like Grand Kamini's son, Junior, Kamini Jr. So I don't know. Do they all get called the Ayatollah?
They do.
Okay, so we could go with that. The Ayatollah. Coming to the Cajun Dome. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? I want. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Renee, what's up, Renee?
Play country or rock music?
Country or rock? Both.
Both.
Yeah.
Oh, you may say the Ayatollah coming to the Cajun Dome.
Oh, yeah. Rap, hip hop, Kamini hop.
Yeah, I want to say that.
K-hop.
The problem is we're doing great things with the foreigners, but how about all these protesters, where they're getting their money? They're not even real passionate protesters. They're fake protesters. This doesn't sit right. This is like covert operations against America. They're not even real protesters practicing they're practicing their rights, but just for money. So they don't mean they're really into it. There's something fake about that. Something has to be done about that.
Hey, there's no doubt that there's definitely some job opportunities out there. The market has seemed to be expanding to you can 1099 it. I'm sure they're all paying taxes. I'm sure they're
No, did you get college credit for that? Nobody's paying for our side and our protesters.
Renee, don't you say that too loud, because they will start getting college credit for that. Matter of fact, it wouldn't shock me, Renee, it wouldn't shock me if there is a college course on agitation.
It'd be volunteer hours.
It could be part of political politics or something.
Right. Hey, Jamie says it's for volunteer hours.
Community service.
Yes. Thanks, Renee. Appreciate you. All right, let's see here. Caller, you are Mr. Bobby 2.0. What's up, Mr. Bobby?
Yeah, LT, you remember last week we were talking about Pete? I got the info on him.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
U.S. Army, Minnesota National Guard, 203 to 221, Advanced Infantry, Combat Army Medal, and then all the medals, other medals they automatically give us. Yeah. 3 Bronze Stars, BA Princeton, double major. Didn't say what the other major was. 1 in Iraq, 2 in Afghanistan. Ranked out as a major. But here's the thing that me and Pete have. We have together. Married 3 times.
All right.
But he's 45.
Oh, well, maybe third time's a charm. And I will tell you,
you never know. You go moment by moment. But, yeah, you ranked out major. Because, to me, that staff is one of the important Department of Defense to us, right?
The Department of Defense, yes.
Yeah, to us, ex-military.
Oh, well, of course. Well,
I want to know who. I want to know everything that I just said, and I found out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But born in Minnesota, I bet he ain't stepped a foot in that place.
Man, okay, so I didn't know the Minnesota thing. Thanks, Mr. Bobby. Yeah, boy, I bet he's thinking. I bet our Secretary of War has a lot of thoughts on his home state right now. My goodness, can y'all believe that Pete Hegseth came out of there?
No.
Jeez. Anyway, yeah, I don't know though. That's Mr. Bobby brought up some points there. Hey, by the way, he brought up his third wife. He's got 3 Bronze Stars. I'm just gonna say, you don't get 3 Bronze Stars and live a normal life. So I'm not justifying anything, okay? And I wish Pete and his wife the best, because I pray for them and all the married couples out there, that healing and love and patience and commitment still are there. All right, let's take a tiny little break. When we get back, I'll give some more philosophy. You go with that?
I'll go with that.
No, we're going to talk about Mom Donnie, man. There's some things going on over there in New York City. Be right back. What's up, my Rumble peep, all the live streaming folks? This is Jamie Creed, my friend.
Hello.
President of the Acadiana Republican Women, also the executive director of the Youngsville Chamber of Commerce, former councilwoman. All this in just a few years.
Can I throw
here
in
in
an extra one
Lafayette.
just because I got to shout them out? I'm also the president of Rotary Club of Youngsville.
She got here in 2019, folks. It's only 2026, okay? Talk about someone coming in a community and having an impact. My goodness.
Jumped in both feet.
No joke, huh? Man, and we were talking about Youngsville, man. I think the message is pretty clear. Quality over quantity.
Yes.
They are, and then we were joking, even the Waffle House.
Yes, we have, got to keep the facade. Everything looks beautiful.
You got a standard over there.
There is, yes. There is an ordinance for it, yes.
There is, but that's local governance. And look, if the local folks want that, great.
Yes.
I mean, the sports complex. Let me tell you, if we got rid of federal, as much as we could, federal taxes, like let's start off with the income tax, okay, or whatever. Okay, we can't do that. If we got rid of state taxes or limit as much as we could, and you let the local governments figure it out, people are not anti-tax.
No.
We're just anti-wasteful taxes.
Exactly. Yes, they want to see the tax dollars being used right.
And they really want to see it like reasonably soon.
Yes.
So like the sports complex in Youngsville, that was voted on by the folks, and I believe it has a sunset on it. I don't know. I would imagine it. I think they all have to have a sunset, unless it's one of the. There's a few exceptions. I don't know. I don't want to give you false information.
I don't either.
But the point is there is like that's where the rubber meets the road. You know what I mean? And I get. Like, even New York City gets it. They can't, I mean, it's New York City, but even you got boroughs there.
Yeah.
So it's like, they get that you have to break down the government. But, I say all that. We're about to cover a story that, listen, this dude, when they tell you they're going to want to change the structure of our country, believe them.
Yes.
Believe them. Because what we're about to talk about is anything but American.
Hey, he's not a democratic. He's not a communist. He's a democratic socialist.
That's true. Yeah, the Soviets were socialists too. It's in their title. All right, guys, we'll be right back to the regular programming. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also, shout out to all our viewing audience, KLFY Plus, Rumble, and everywhere in between and beyond. A huge thank you to my friend Keith Kishbaugh at Kishbaugh Construction for sponsoring this segment. Serving Lafayette since 1979, Kishbaugh Construction handles residential remodels, custom homes, commercial projects with craftsmanship you can trust. I know it all too well. Their philosophy is simple. Just be honest, do good work, leave every place better than they found it. With 48 years of experience, they stand ready over there at Kishbaugh Construction to meet your construction needs. Give them a call, 278-9877. That's 278-9877. Kishbaugh Construction, good patriot, Keith Kishbaugh and crew. Man, let's talk about New York. Let's see here. This one, I think this one's service, and it sounds like one of those stories that only affect, Manhattan liberals. Not really. It affects families, taxpayers everywhere, if you think about it. So New York's mayor, that's Quentin's friend, Mr. Mamdani. Invite him on the show.
Just a quick reminder, when he assumed office, he did hire an Al-Qaeda attorney.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that little caveat. He's not joking. That's crazy, isn't it? So now the very capitalistic mayor says city-run daycare, taxpayer funded. And I'm talking like massive expansion of government-run preschool, okay? It is like, so taxpayer funded, it's union staffed, okay? The sales pitch is the usual one, free preschool for everyone. I think I was going to say maybe some of our elected officials could go back. I'm just saying. Some of them need civics. No one individually. Everybody I know I love. How about that? I love everybody, even the ones I don't know. All right. So yeah, you know the sales pitch. And we all know better than that, okay? There ain't no such thing as a free lunch.
Nope.
And there's no such thing as free.
No, there's no free because somebody has to pay for it.
And by the way, that's what it is. And there's a big, big uproar in New York right now because they're basically pushing charter schools out. They're basically pushing school of choice out because, it's free. And even getting teachers. So city-owned, city-run preschools, their teachers start out about almost $70,000, $68,900 over there in New York City. Whereas private daycare teachers average about $50,000. So it's pushing the private sector out, basically. Higher pay, union benefits, job security, teachers leave private centers, essentially. And costs go up. So all of this. Now, check this out. The cities, now this is typical Democrat-run city. The city's preschool pilot program cost the city $36,000 per child. Okay? $36,000 per child for preschool. I'm just throwing that out there. Okay? That is $13,000 more per kid than private childcare. Let's put this into the perspective here, okay? And when the program fully expands, this is 2026 numbers, the cost is projected to be $6 billion a year.
Oh, my goodness.
That's real money coming from real taxpayers. And it could go listen, the whole country has these examples. I mean, Mom Donnie stands out in New York, of course, and when you go this big, you're going to stand out. There are plenty of people in this country that subscribe to this. And I'm not talking about the quasi-government charter school. We'll have to get someone way smarter and educated on that than me to come in and talk about that. But this right here, where it truly is pure government run, I mean, we're rattling off some obstacles just off today, okay? But that $6 billion is going to be more.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when have you had a forecast from the government stay accurate?
And stay in budget. Nothing stays in budget.
Nothing. And it's the use it or lose it mentality that the bureaucracy has trained these wonderful Americans to be conditioned to know. And it's just, this is how we've always done it. And, this is my little fiefdom, my little silo. My good idea fairy hit me on my forehead, so therefore it's my power. The problem is when those folks retire, the power stays.
Yes, and we'll be open to all kids with the birth certificate. Will they need to show one?
Ooh,
or kids without a birth certificate?
Yeah, no joke. Man, I identify as a New Yorker now. I'm going to get me some free preschool.
If you don't have a birth certificate, will they still accept you? Because, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Hey, my friend Jamie Creed, my co-host for today. She did such a good job, guys. Thank you so